And then Mulman, De Kock, and O'Neill. Kicking us off will be Marcus Miller. Paarl GIM from your left to right, as we see kick receipt taken there by Jacques Buerter. But immense pressure coming through from Paarl Gimnasium very early on. That ball there will not find touch, so opportunity for Mulman. Looks on his inside. Ball goes to ground, the recycling on Paarl. They see themselves just outside the 22. Very quickly again there, that ball is moving at a rate of knots as Miller still darting and dancing around. Decides to take on a proper fall, slightly short. Momentum still hugely on the side of Paarl GIM in these early exchanges. And for the first time in a minute,
offside.
Gonna catch my breath a little bit as I'm joined by Kennedy Timber.
No, thank you, Lucky. And what an exciting start so far by both these teams. And you can just see the intensity. It's almost very high pressured and a lot of little intricate little passes. And that's just showing how sharp these players are. Of course, both teams have had friendly matches, as you put it, and are coming into this tournament red hot. This will be a first opportunity here for Paarl GIM to be able to get a line-out drive going here. Referee just making sure that there's enough spacing. We've seen throughout the day that the lineouts have been challenging for the throwers. Let's see if this will be any different.
Excellent steal there. They went for that 6 option, but read like a nursery rhyme from Monument. Bit of a half break from the big man. He gets stopped, does Murray. Now the penalty comes there for Monument. Die Witbella.
Yeah, Handré with a good carry, just breaking through from that semi-formed drive. He's got a big frame around him, and he's going to be quite a handful to tackle once he carries the ball. But good clearance there by fly-off Justin Viljoen.
Vice-captain of the side as well. Took part in the under-17 Velpies last year.
It's over.
Tried to initiate a maul at the back there, unsuccessful, but ball still with Monument. Just lost it forward.
Yeah, Jamil Feldman, whose usual position last year was number 8, and they've just shifted him obviously to that number 6 position. And it seems like from the jerseys you've got number 7 who's falling into 8. There's almost a bit of an interchange. Yeah, there's a bit of an interchange thing going on there with Barnard and Erasmus.
So on set, I need only 10 men games.
Looks to be a sizable loose forward trio that for Monument.
See how tall and lanky RJ Barnard is. A 200-meter runner when he's not at rugby. He locked it down for the Craven Week last year in the number 4 jumper, so early signs of potential versatility.
Yeah, that means they've got a lot of targets in their lineouts. Of course, with those 2 strong forwards of Botha and Stewart. Swat.
Slow call. Point. Sit.
Let's see the scrum now. Big scrum. Ball falls loose, and first to it is Monument. Got to get out of there, that player. He does so. Ball comes along. Good hands so far. This is enterprising stuff here by Ernesto Oorsen. The hands are fantastic from Monument.
It's a knock-on advantage.
Then they still go. You thought something was going to come there from Maynars.
Advantage for a knock-on.
Now the kick in behind. Oh! If only he was as tall as RJ Bernard, there might have been something on there.
Boy, oh boy, and that's a great kick pass there into the corner. almost came off. A really gentle kick there, but just look at this breakthrough. And there is that kick pass.
Guys, step back.
Just beating the bounce of both the chasing players. Oh, that was close. Really close. And this is a good start here by Monnas.
Over.
The counter shove equal
Use that once.
to the task. Relieving pressure of his number 10 is Melt Verleer. Beats one. Comes for another. Third one.
Not surviving the clean out. Backwards, backwards, guys.
Again, they're very good in picking up the scraps here. Monument. Plenty of numbers. Sit down administered, and it's coming. It's a brute force coming from this North outfit. Got a reset now from the 10 meter. To the left they go this time via Feldman. Line will win there.
Yeah, that's a really good delicate kick there by Feldman. And really are putting huge pressure on the Paarl GIM side. And it almost seems like they're saying that if we're going backwards, we look for that little thread kick through. That's always applying pressure. Just allowing Danny Stemmet an opportunity to throw into the line out here. And he found his middle jumper.
4 out, 4 wide, out!
Drive here as they look to set up a platform for the exit.
Oh, knock in there.
Yeah, that's not ideal. That wasn't clinical, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez, what an electric start. And I mean, I'll take you back to the conversation that we had yesterday, particularly in that Jeppy Paarl matchup, in the Kers Gray matchup. And the conversation was, you got to get out the blocks firing.
Yeah.
You got to meet them. And that's exactly the script that Monument is applying in the early exchanges, very early on. But gee whiskers, they're coming in hot.
No, that they are, and that's also crucial that they make sure they execute a couple of points on the board. You're not sure how many opportunities you will get, but once you're in this 22, you've got to capitalize.
Yeah, last thing you want is to be blowing a hot smoke up at the air of Gimnasium, as we see the ball a little bit lateral coming across. Somebody straightens. It's a fullback that's come up there.
Out. The ball was available.
Nadu Fourie.
You had it. I didn't call you off. I didn't call you off.
He had it, says the referee. Lost out. So now Westhuizen. Across to Maynars. Wasn't too sure about where he was going, so it just delayed his momentum slightly, but a good support play from Murray gets him short of the line. They can feel it. Can the supporters? He's lost it.
Oh, rather
just the
unfortunate
recoil.
there. Yeah.
Recoil.
And just playing advantage, though, the referee, but that's a good sustained pressure here by Monument. And it just seems that they're going to trust within their forwards. And Murray is going to tap and go here and surging towards the line.
Here they come. Decides against his back line, runs towards his forwards. Now ball way over the top here. Good defending from the right winger.
Ball is out, the ball is out.
It's isolated, 3 players there, ripped and then knocked. It's knocked. It's just getting the call there from the AR. Oh!
Yeah, that is a frantic start, isn't it? There, Quinton Pokiter just ripping the ball out of the scrum's hands there and just seemed to knock it on as he was going to ground. Almost had a turnover and almost relieving a bit of pressure for Paarl GIM, but just a slight little knock on there. That's a frantic start.
Okay, luister Karels, daai
the
stop
Witwiller are camped
okay,
for the past
daai banter stop nou.
4 minutes or so within Paarl GIM's
Crouch.
22.
Boy.
As Anu Detoy looks to feed into the scrum. Feldman, Detoy. And that's just setting up right in the midfield there.
Ball is there.
Detoy just struggling to just get the ball out a little bit, but finds Maria once again just taking it up. bit disorganized, and a player lying on the wrong side there. The referee has to blow it. Offside's the call.
Multiple infringements now. They're under the pump here at Paarl Gimnasium. No reason to panic as yet. If you're from Paarl Gimnasium, they've been in these situations many a time before. But I remind the Monument faithful of what you said a second ago. Yeah. We can't be playing hot smoke here.
Yeah, that's the trouble, isn't it? We've seen so many sides that are playing and blowing and coming close and find themselves in the second half saying that we had chances in that 22. And it's a red zone for a reason. And this is a crucial, crucial mistake here. The penalty has been kicked out on the full, and that resulting in Paarl GIM being able to just relieve a bit of pressure here through a 22 kickoff.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be you. So chance for Paarl Gimnasium to get themselves going. As a look at his options, the fullback almost tripping over his own 2 feet there. Hanré. Not too shabby exit.
Yeah, that's a good clearance, just past that halfway. And they will do well to also contest. We've seen that the lineouts have been an unstable area for usually the side that's throwing it in. But it's also about your options and varies, and are you going to maybe shorten the lineout to a 4 or 5 man? And Paarl GIM have gone to a 4 man here.
9, get closer.
Line out success for Gimnasium, carried up strongly there by Kugelenberg. Now puts it through the toe, but too many bodies for that ball to go through.
Oh, that could have been something, because they were just threading the ball. There was no cover at the back, and that Paarl GIM had gone through. That was definitely going to be a try. And the Witbiller will do well to just look through for that run to kick option. Seems to always cause more trouble than it's worth.
Full effect at the maul now. Tripped over there. Short ball. Stolen, but they'll come back for the initial penalty.
Number 7.
Yeah, a late collapse there from number 7, which is RJ Bernard. Just some of the impact players, you can just see them just shaking their knees. It's nervous times, and sometimes we tend to forget how sometimes if you're maybe a grade 11, it's your first year into first team rugby, and you find yourself at a tournament of this nature. It's not, you've got some of those butterflies nerves, and obviously I'm sure they're going to want to give an impact once they come onto the field.
Managed to regather after the initial knock forward. Now, first time we've seen the big men from Paarl GIM. Here they come. Dancing, darting, looking for a way through there was Blackenberg. Almost having opened up there for his centre partner, Miller.
Backwards.
It's backwards, says the referee. Has a go himself. Chandler Green's in. And after a barrage of sustained pressure for 10+ minutes, Paarl Gimnasium come away with a 5-pointer.
Yeah, well earned try there by Chandler Green. And we spoke about it earlier on. If you do not capitalize once you get into that 22 area, just some powerful play here through the midfield from the center pairing, and just look at that carry around the corner. And just quick ball here. Finds its way to Green. Oh, what a hot stepper. And straight through, dots it down. That's a really good try there by the number 10. Nothing better than a fleet-footed number 10 scoring a try early on. Going to be looking to add the extra 2. Calm and steady. There's just a slight little breeze, but I don't think it should affect his kicking. Just seems to have pushed it to the right-hand side there.
Friek de Kok doesn't manage to add the extra 2, but We finally got some points on the board. There's a player on the far side of the field receiving attention. Took a bit of a knock to the head there. He is up and receiving much needed attention. So that 14 men momentarily. Paarl Gimnasium.
Yeah, I probably still think they are still one down as they attend to that injured player.
Tester here, that's a good regather there from Noord Suid.
Playing advantage, high tackle.
Some clattering of bodies in these exchanges. The arm is out from Mr. O'Neill.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
just tackle on.
aimless kick there.
Another bugbear of yours, Kennedy. You've got the penalty advantage. Why are you kicking the ball away?
Oh, yeah. Have a go. You're going to have a double shot at it, so
Just
why not have a go? There was a good aerial skills there, just to be able to get that kick regained.
He's going to try again now.
Yeah. Let's go round 2. Yeah, that's well struck. Beautiful kick. Just almost 7 meters away from that try line. And this is crucial that Monnas look to capitalize and try to get points on the board. You've just seen Paarl GIM enter into that danger zone. 5 points on the board.
White, the pillar, you need to open up.
Reply.
They're messing around, are they?
Yeah, yeah.
Open everyone up. Everyone.
Opting for that 5+1. There's going to be a drive here. Feldman is going to be the receiver. He's right in there. That's good contesting on the ground there. It's almost dismantled that driving ball.
I got to keep it tighter here. Murray goes. Try to hand off it. And the ball eventually does make it there to Jacques Puerta. Keeps going the same side, being the thicker things as Keenan Maynard. Good hands by Murray. And an excellent jackal right on the try line. We did say they've got to keep it tighter. They've got single runners going into those channels there.
And really isolated, running you know, across the grain. That means you're just running away from your support runners. They've got to adjust, and the way a lot of the jacklers within these first 2 days, they've just been almost as that body gets to ground as you're about to place, they're on you. So it's important that you just stay with your supporters. As we look at the toy here, just playing Mare, and he's just going towards his grain. There he was isolated already. Split second is all it takes.
Guys, relax. Both teams come here. If I have to warn you again about closing the gap, it's a free kick now. We're not going to move the mark of touch. Are we clear? Thanks, guys.
I think they're just speaking about the gap within that line out. Donnie Stemmet finds his jumper there. This is a well-set driving ball, and Monument have absolutely disintegrated, and the referee is playing advantage here as they continue making yards over the 10-meter mark, and they've got an advantage to play here. The back door, they'll do well. They've decided to just take it up through the middle. Oh, delicate little kick there. Oh, almost found there by Marcus Miller. But that combination of Green and Miller could have just unlocked an extra opportunity, but they were already playing advantage here for coming from the side.
Number 5 white.
Yeah, there is Green. There's the little place through. Marcus Miller almost had it. That's just good creative play, and just looking at different options, especially when you've got advantage. That's signs of a well-coached side that understand that, listen, I've got advantage, let me see what I can do. And usually that little kick questions always make it difficult and challenging for the defending side, especially the back two that are at the back of the field.
Fall back, fall back, fall back. Fall back.
Line out now for
Fall back, wait.
Paarl Gimnasium is successful. As soon as they hit
Use that
the
one.
ground, that ball is moving. Once, says the referee, they get rid of it and go straight to Blackenberg. He gets driven backwards. The hooker with a strong carry. Stem it.
Leave it.
Same direction. And he really, geez, he threw that pass in there. The big men now coming round the corner. Looking for a piercing way through here. Straight again towards the traffic. He's just short. Twisting and turning.
Short, leave it.
And that ball is lost.
Yeah, there's a bit of try-line fever there. And there's almost just everyone trying to get their hands on the ball, and that wasn't really constructive. But I must say, been very impressed by Kobus Blackenberg. He's been right in the thick of things a lot of times, just getting them good forward, going forward momentum. Just looking at this. There it is. Oh, but there was a play on the ground, almost tapping it out there, out of his hands. Pokita was carrying the ball, almost just had it slapped out of his hands. But this has been a good start, well controlled there by Paarl GIM. They've been very disciplined right into that 22 area. You can just say calm heads must prevail.
Certainly, and I think, you know, you speak about a well-coached team, well-drilled team, a team with plenty of experience. That barrage of attack after attack, I mean, they sustained that for about 10 minutes. But you look at the body language, not a single person panicked, not a single person went away from the script. They just kept on it and on it and on it. Even now you see there, as the players have got a break, there's a huddle going on, there's constant communication being relayed. That's, don't buy that at the tuck shop, I tell you that.
No, you can't. No, you definitely can't, and it's always encouraging when you see your players also just, you know, taking initiative and taking onus on the field, and that's always just helps when you've got a couple of leaders that are just, you know, saying, listen, we are in this area. Yes, we may not have the ball, but we can still apply pressure and see if we can get a turnover, and we'll attack from that.
Did really well there, did Handré Marais, after going down to receive some attention, come back up again, get a scrum penalty for your team.
Yeah, you just feel that was Williams, who was just caught there under pressure and just almost buckling. That's what the referee is indicating.
Yeah, his hit just wasn't good enough.
Yeah. But those two gentlemen in picture now, Maria and Monnas, have been very involved in everything good that Monnas has done so far as we approach the 24th minute of this game, and it's just flown by. It's so intense.
Another miscue.
Oh, why are you stopping him?
Williams, like, come on, ref, give me a chance.
Williams is right up the track. And he's saying, well, I don't get much time to play ball in unstructured zones, but there was an opportunity. But again, pressure being put right on that line out. And it's going to be a key element for this match. I suppose the team that really solidifies its line out pressure and being able to regain its own ball is going to be in the ascendancy here.
Boy.
These two packs have got some really big young gentlemen that are locking at yeah. Just look at you know, Botha and Swart for Paarl GIM. Yeah, there's some kgs and some height there.
Baller out from the back.
daai, get back,
Now looking for some territory. That's not too shabby a kick there from Viljoen.
Nee, wag, daar's hy.
Plenty of time. The chase is a little bit delayed. They can launch from deep here. This is where they get troubly. Look at that, running to infield. Still available for Paarl GIM. A little bit of space if someone just lifts their head there. Might not need it.
Leave it! Leave it now, leave it wide.
Ball continuity here. It's excellent from Paarl Gimnasium. Here comes the big man Van Rooyen. Above the shoulder there. Trouble here. Trouble here. Trouble here. And you thought that was as good as gone. Just going to check with the AR. Perhaps there's anything more in that. I don't think so.
Yeah, but that was great cover there by Keelan Milton, just getting through into that passing lane and just being able to just dislodge the ball there. That was the try saver without doubt.
Yeah, it's really good. Gone between the passer and the ball, or rather the recipient and the ball. And a genuine attempt to go for the ball as well. They're not out of the woods yet.
Ball is in front.
Rolling maul here for Gimnasium.
Yeah, they're doing what they do well. Solid driving maul. And that sprint, they usually call it a sprint driving maul, right at the back, and as they hit the ground, they start going. But that, again, just signifies that if you do not cash it in when you're in that 22, we will when we get to yours. Well formed and well set. Referee was indicating that there wasn't any obstruction because it was formed and you had two that were attached, and that way they'd form the maul. Yeah, but it's questionable. But yeah, that gives another opportunity here for De Kock to see if he can add the extra two and land his first conversion for the game.
Solid there from Freek De Kock to convert the try of Jan Kugelenberg.
Yeah, just the execution was excellent. And, they just are very precise. Once they get into those scoring lanes, they really punish you. Again, signs of a good team. As we approach the 30-minute mark, the score is 12-0 in favor of Paarl GIM. Once again, a great hanging kick. A tester regathered in here by Monnas, and this could be another try. Oh, just caught slightly short there.
Support players are arriving there. They do just enough to slow down the ball. Quick out the blocks they were. Offside the course, so advantage being played now.
That's holding on, but we're going offside here, number 7. Number 7.
Oh, great aerial skills there by Jason Joubert. Kept his eyes on the ball at all times, and that's always a great skill to have, especially when there's a lot of aerial battles that are being employed in the modern game. But just 5 meters away from the Paarl GIM's try line, Monnas have got a chance once again. What option are they going to use here in the line-out? Mainers needs to work with his locking pairing. Need to be clinical here.
Ball was back, so allowed to play here. Transfer goes around the ankles of the tackle, and again to the short side. Murray is short. Keeping it with the big men. Keelan Mayers unable to get any further ahead. Murray decides to have another go.
Okay, guys, head down, but we're going back. In the line out, tackling the play in the line out. In die line staan, hy's nog in die lug, dan speel jy hom. Okay.
Okay, referee just saying that they're playing a jumper in the air.
That was there, head
So
down
there was
first.
advantage, and he couldn't continue because there was almost a head down carry. And that has now been a focus area for most referees, that the ball carrier stays alive. Maria pops it off. And there's a try.
Super, super, super from Jacques Buerta. And if you're a Monnas Witbulle fan, you think to yourself, geez, it's about time, lads. Been camping all half in opposition red zone.
Yeah, we were talking about the size earlier on, about from the Paarl GIM locks. You can't go further also than Jacques Buerta. He's been very influential, and I just love this little slip pass here from Marais as he just turns his back. There's a little pop pass. Buerta says, stop me if you can, and there he was over. A great try, and a much needed try here by Monnas, as they're going to look to add the two. But we did speak about them executing the execution within that 22 area and trying to just get points on the board. There was a chance, and they make sure they capitalize. And now they just have the opportunity to add extra 2 points.
First shot at goal here for Justin Fillion. Never troubling him at all there, so he adds the extra 2 points.
Yeah, well deserved try scored there, and the much needed points on the board for Monnas. Paarl GIM lead here 12 points to 7.
Now the trick here, you've got to see out to these 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't want from the kick receipt them to have a sniff at your goal line. Good strength on display there from Jean-André Marais to keep his lock up. Dusts somebody off, does Buerta. But forgets about the ball at the same time.
Yeah, they did well. Did Monnas there to just kill the ball off there once it was knocked on, because a team like Paarl GIM, any turnover ball, they can punish you on that transition play. So they did well just to nullify that option, but that also just give them a chance to get their defensive lines from the scrum into place. And there's their captain, Veldman. Played a lot of games for them last year, as we mentioned earlier on, in that number 8 berth. One of their strong ball carriers, very influential player for them.
Elusive also.
Yeah.
Could double up as a backline player if you didn't have a number on his back.
If you don't, you run out of backline players, especially with these 6-2 splits and 7-1 splits that are going on. He could be useful in the midfield.
Just waiting for a bootstrap to be tied. Taking a bit longer than anticipated, so it will be a scrum down here. Do hope the Witbulle have their wits about them, because there's a split field being set here from Paarl Gimnasium, if you see on the wide screen.
Yeah, you've got Josh O'Neill, who's almost isolated here on the right-hand side. With
Sit!
De Kock also supporting him on the right-hand side as they go left-hand side here.
Good tackle, he had to make that tackle. Come again. Edging closer. There's Williams. He gets two to bring him down. The hooker goes nowhere slowly. No, not again, almost. Sound of the buzzer, and is that ball still alive? No, flags up.
Yeah, well defended there by Monument, and just not allowing Paarl GIM to go into half-time without, no, just as I was about to say, there's a penalty. This could give them an opportunity to perhaps go for the short little tap or kick into the corner.
It's against Vanessa Oorsen. As he dragged that player out, it was around the neck there. So the big men will just bundle their way over. They were fast asleep and not concentrating. And all of a sudden, those oranges there won't be as sweet for Monument. They should have done better there.
Yeah, this was rather soft here. A soft try. Just a one-pass loop and just a leg driving through a high tackle. And there was a try. Scored there by Nicholas Nell. And it's the last thing that Monnas would have wanted. Just going into the half-time, you almost felt that they had defended it, but just that penalty of that high tackle sort of brought them back, and that quick tap allowing Nicholas Nell to be able to score. And here's a two-pointer that could be extended here by Freek de Kok. Again, he's being almost leaning back as he strikes that ball and just allowing the ball to go to the right-hand side.
Now, check here for Monument. They've got to start the way they started the other half. From a Paarl point of view, you see they were just building. And once that machine starts going, may well be a long day in the office.
It's inside. Hou hier so, hou terug. Oh.
There, a long box kick there. It's a bit long, but has been gathered in safely and just brought back right up to that halfway line. The toy finds his forwards, and they're not breaking over the advantage line, but just holding on to the ball there was Stazen. Again, referee awarding the arriving player. But this allows the opportunity, the first one up for Paarl GIM to try get into that 22 area. As Freek de Kok, who has been kicking exceptionally well so far in that first half, and he continues there, just nudging his forwards into that 22 area.
Not too many kicks we've seen from either team in the first half. It's all running rugby, interchanging between backs and forwards.
Ball. Sacks fine. Use it. Hou it. Leave it.
Set something up inside 22.
Lads.
Same direction once again for the try scorer there. Look at that change of direction there, and the straightening is even better from Marcus Miller.
Yeah, there could be some discussion here from the AR. I think there was a bit of obstruction. I just saw Handré Maria, the tight head prop from Monnas, just speaking about a bit of obstruction, and that could come and play. Perhaps that should just reverse this try.
Captain. Thank you. Number 5. Bring your number 5. Dian. Okay. So let's just explain what happened here. So we have a report of this player. There's a player on the ground of them. and you
Yeah,
stamping
looks
on the
like it's
player on
well
his
going to be
chest
reversed.
deliberately.
That's right.
That's a yellow card. Very, very careful.
It just felt
The
a
try is
little
gonna be
bit way
cancelled.
too
We're gonna go
easily
for a
for
penalty here. Okay.
Miller there, just drifting through. And there's a yellow card. Some offense that could have been. Not quite sure how that plays.
So hopefully we'll get a replay there to see the action, because certainly you and I missed that. We were watching the run of Miller.
Yeah, and that just relieves a bit of pressure for Monument. And for Leeuwen, it's going to look to just nudge them closer to that halfway mark. That's a really good kick. Striking it much better. Of course, he just had that little mishap as we re-look at how this all transpired. As they just attack the blind side here. Green gave it through there to Miller. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. We can't quite pick it up there.
Back live into the action. So that's the player that'll spend a couple of minutes off the park. The trick will be, can Monument capitalize?
Leave it! Leave it! The ball is there. Backwards.
No real plan there from
Yeah, no fault.
Jason
no advantage.
Joubert. Buata strikes one off. Interplay is good. Football skills not so good. Chance for Green. Green sees some forwards in front of him, almost getting through everybody. Entire line there, never on side. Green. Miscue pass there. Fullback has got some cleaning up to do. Runs it straight into Milton. Milton just isolated in that breakdown.
Yeah, we spoke about the tackle player needing to roll away from either east to west. And just getting caught under that ruck as they were trying to apply extra pressure close to that Paarl GIM 22 as they wait for De Kock to come and just fine touch here and get them an opportunity to have a line out. As the sun just starts going down. It's almost indicative of perfect weather to play rugby. This is, as you see in the background there, there's Peter Rousseau, Director of Rugby for Paarl GIM.
Oh no, he's going again, isn't he? He's off and he's gone. And no mistake this time for Marcus Miller.
Yeah, well, he said, well, if you're going to not allow my try, next time I get the ball, I'm going to make sure I punish you. And that's exactly what Marcus Miller did.
Question around that line out though, on the lock forward, having caught that in his outside shoulder.
Yeah,
Way over there, not straight that ball. But guess who will not be complaining? Marcus Miller, look at him. Has a go right around all the players there. An easy dot down for him.
Yeah, boy, Fourie in that back defense for Monument won't be happy with that attempt, because it's always a crucial part of the skills of a fullback, that you've got to match up one-to-one with sometimes breakaway players that have come through. As De Kock adds the extra two, and he's really striking the ball very well. It's a good start here from Paarl GIM in this second half.
Vickers Meyer makes his way onto the park for Monument.
Frick De Kock just concentrating on that extra 2 points that he's just converted. You just feel that you know, that Ver and Zim that Monument had in the first half just seems to have gone away a little bit, doesn't it?
Outside.
Can they conjure something up here? Freek the cock. Manne v manne, but it's high.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, the correct call there by the referee.
Almost a relief from a Witbiller fan point of view, as he was isolated and players encroaching there. So they've got to do something here, Monument. It's like, still out. Good attempt.
It was in, and he basically put it back out.
He put it back out, yeah.
Oh, no.
Apologies to the management staff as he raised his hand there.
Yeah.
That Monument can't be like that birthday sparkler that they give you at Spur with your ice cream. It's nice and bright, and then it just fizzles out. So
quickly,
they mustn't fizzle out here. It's a long second half to go. This is a good start here. Almost clattered into his own player. But manages to retrieve the ball. Murray had a busy first half. And continues from whence he left off. Catching this ball very deep and flat-footed are Monument. Change of direction. Big tackle from the hooker. Now Williams wants a piece of the action.
Leave it! Leave it!
Feldman, again, just takes it up close to the line as the forwards are just going almost right and left here just to try suck them in. There's a strong defense here by Paarl GIM, but they just negate some of those drives. Oh, good soft hands, just allowing Feldman to get, but there's a lot of unstructured rucking there that the referee finally blows a whistle. There's a lot of just diving in. Williams there. Guilty party, and that's luckily the referee brings it back, and that's almost just panic by the Monument side. Oh no, oh, it's a turnover.
Cannot be making such errors at first team level, unfortunately.
And it's almost panic time when they didn't need to. I mean, it's only 45 minutes into this game, and you almost are right on that try line. Just work through the faces, and make sure that you secure the ball. But just a bit of a panic pass there.
And it's interesting, you see every time they're on defense, Paarl in their red zone, the referee having to say, leave it. There's always a hand in there. They slow it down. They don't want the quick momentum. They're willing to concede the penalty, but the referee are not giving it because they're just not doing enough.
Yeah. That's smart play, because they wait till the referee signals for them to let it go. And
then they do.
Yeah, they don't.
And until such time, they get in there, they get stuck in, they lie over the ball. Anything to just slow down any potential momentum. That player's got to get out of there.
Leave it!
Better here from Monument. Off the foot, so free for all.
Outside!
And Green invites Monument to attack from deep again. Up and under there. Trouble here. All fine, play on. Green has a look. Drives Wilson all the way back. He's got plenty of time. He's got Fulyun with him. Who gets the ball out there, and that's a good touch finder.
Yeah, it's a good piece of play there by Monument just to clear out of their 22. A lot of sides, when they just feel that they're not getting enough results, they tend to want to run from that area. But that was sensible play there by Farid to just find his team territory there.
Quickly out from that maul. Unders and overs effective for Monument, but closing.
Yeah, that's a correct call there, referee. Just a block line run-up, just almost getting into the way as they take the quick one, yeah.
Numbers arriving in the support, and it's a bit better urgency here from the Witbiller. They are under penalty advantage, so a bit of room to work with. Might not need the room, does not need the room. And that's a good response from the eighth man there, Nathan Erasmus.
Yeah, great response. Much needed there by Monnas. They've been threatening on that try line in that 22 area for a number of minutes now. But again, just the urgency. And just look at some of the lines that were run here. This beautiful attack there by Deploy, who came from depth. But this crucial play, Nathan Erasmus just breaking through tackles. And just look at that. Emotion in the face and the dive. Yeah, much needed, and that's an excellent try here. Great response from Monument.
Good thinking as well from Handré Toy. I've learned almost release his foot from the last time.
Yeah.
Gets his team right back into the mix here.
Yeah, for Lewin with the extra 2. So the score is sitting at 24 points to 14 here as we approach the 15-minute mark. Been an interesting game, and that crowd right there has been thoroughly entertained. You know, both sides have had their chances of momentum, and it's quite important to see the next side that's sort of going to get the next score is going to start really being encouraged by the positivity here.
Yeah, hashtag time to shine. It's at moments like these where we like you said, the momentum shift here. Next team to get some points on the board. They're not going to do it that way, Paarl Gimnasium. Next team to get points on the board, it's just going to be that gap. Either Monument are going to feel like, hey, got a shot here, lads. Or Paarl Gimnasium is going to say to themselves, let's shut it down. Let's shut down any hope.
Yeah. The ball in the hands of Viljoen, who's been kicking extremely well. He had that little mishap at the beginning of the game, but has struck it well since then. Unfortunately, doesn't kick this one out. There's a long raking kick. It's also not finding its way. Viljoen has a right of reply.
A little bit too deep, you'd think.
Yeah.
But, challenges Green. Handling through the exchanges have been super. It's got to go. It had to go there from De Toy. And he gets a penalty advantage for his efforts.
You just feel that Monument could have looked to play on the left-hand side. They had an overlap of about 6-1. And they've decided to take it quick and continue to try capitalize on that overlap. Toy finds Arnold.
Ball is out there. It's a wayward pass, having to clean up there the inside center. Lining up a plenty, all the forwards.
Leave it!
Williams does superbly there. He thought he'd take him on De Toy, but wasn't going to get away from Williams. Marais, he's carried plenty here today, and a first mistake from him.
Yeah, he has, and it's just he's rotating his shoulder then. But you just feel that some of the players are extremely tired. Just in terms of them resetting into attack, it's almost just a flat line being defended against a flat line. So you almost got a flat line attack. But that's just fatigue from the first game. It's been very intense. It's, in terms of just going back and forth, the kicking has made it sure that the players are getting their running meters in.
Point.
Medford Ewan is going to drop it in here to the scrum.
Okay, so
Referee just retaking it and explaining to the forwards, the front row per se.
Okay, we're not going to drop the standards. Okay, guys, thank you.
Not going to drop the standards. As, Mr. O'Neill really has been a high caliber game thus far.
It's a very slow call. Okay.
And players back from the sin bin. Saw him coming back.
Crouch.
Stian de Goede.
Point. Sit.
Massive scrum. It's a massive scrum.
Yeah, and that's a huge scrum there. And credit to Handré Maria. And he made that handling error, and he said, listen, there's only one way to just make up my mistake, and that's have a powerful scrum. And this is a great decision here by Ewan. He was about to opt to kick it into touch. They are 10 points away from catching Paarl GIM anyway, so rather just shorten it and get into a try-scoring opportunity.
Jeez, was a powerful scrum there from Maria. I'll have another look at that. Let's get Ewan's kick. It's an important kick. It means that should they be successful, they're converted try away from equaling Paarl GIM. About 15 minutes to go, all the points matter.
We spoke about the points momentum shifting. You just feel that Monnas perhaps maybe having a bit of a handle on that momentum, especially if Ewan is able to just convert the 3 points.
Who's first onto the ball here? It's Maria Fullion. Now looking for Fullion. Oh, that's good hands. Almost done. Trouble here. He's got it.
And that's quite a swing there, you know, from going on the attack, right again, you know, dipping ball that just isolates your ball carrier. And Paarl GIM was right onto that as a flash on that breakdown. And won the jackal, allowing de Kock here just to nudge them and advance them down the field.
Too far down the field?
Yeah, not too far, but that was a great opportunity for Monnas, you know, to just be able to regain the ball from a kick off the pole.
Dipped back on the side of Monument, having to clean up. There is a toy.
From the leg.
Might have been turned over here. No, it's retained by Monument. Short ball against the grain, looking for where support comes in the form of Buerta.
Counteract is fine.
Counteract dealt with superbly, and this may well be a breakaway here. Try time.
Quinton Potgieter almost seals it up here for Paarl GIM. And again, there it is, transition play. Just a counter ruck at the breakdown, and in a quick flash, ball straight into Potgieter's hands. There it is. As the Monnas were just on attack here, the tackler got tackled back. There's the counter. Yes, there's the counter. Turnover, Potgieter gets the ball, broken tackle, and he's away.
Just get the ball out.
Strong play. That's an important try that was scored there by Potgieter. Yeah, we spoke about the next team to score would really, and it seems like Paarl GIM has almost just got a real grip on this game. Yeah, that's some of the decisions, especially when you're carrying ball. And if you're going to get isolated, get tackled back, you almost got to try even pop that ball just to get the pressure away from that ruck area.
The stands here filling up nicely, and guess why? Guess which team is playing up next? It's the home team of Kansasians Hoërskool. They will be up in action against the Paarl GIM.
Get back, get back, get back!
Still got 12 minutes to see out this fixture here. Handling it on par.
Use it!
Hooks that ball towards Milton. Excellently positioned there from O'Neill.
No, the ball is there. Ball is there.
Just not in too much of a rush here, Paarl GIM. 2 knocks there, so we will scrum down. Over 745,000 subscribers now on the SuperSport Schools app. So thanks to all of you that are our supporters on all sorts of social media platforms and your preferred platform of streaming. Some wonderful rugby this weekend. Some more rugby continues next week as we go into the various Easter festivals. We'll be there as well. As well as for the rest of the 2024 rugby season. It's not just all about rugby here and winter sport. SuperSport Schools now covering culturals as well. I just saw in the corner of my eye there, Kennedy, bolt of lightning. So let's hope we at least get to see the end of this game before that lightning siren goes off here. Not tackles, he was allowed to continue.
Yeah, I must say, I've been extremely impressed by Cobus Blackenberg. He's been very industrious and has carried the ball very effective. And you know, when you do look at him, he looks in slight of figure, but he's very explosive and very confident player. As we look at the Vitbiller that is making its way, and not the Vitbiller of Monument, of course.
I was about to say, a bit awkward.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, and there they are, the Affie's boys. They are getting prepared for the next match. What a cracker it's going to be. Referee just getting his number 9 into place here for Paarl GIM as they drive all the way towards the line. This could be another try. It's well set. It's definitely going to be a try. Referee awards it. Or is that a penalty? Certainly looks like a try. Is that going to be Liam Berger? And yes, there is a try awarded here. Paarl GIM starting to flex their muscles here. This is a really good driving ball. They opted for that 5+1. Just sustained pressure and good continuity, and they just kept it at the back there, allowing Berger just to get through the middle. And there is the dive, and there is the try. And it's not much Monnas could do there. It's a well-set try. They disintegrated that defensive ploy from Monument, allowing Liam Berger to get his first try for the game. Monnas just sealing up this match. expect de Kock. He's had plenty of shots today. He looks to add another extra 2 to his tally so far. That's an excellent, well-struck kick. Beautiful kick, that is. Yeah, they have been absolutely clinical, hasn't they? In the second half, they've gone into that red zone and made sure that they've capitalized. And every time there was a discipline issue, they've made sure that they got into that red zone and put on points on the board.
They've also just pumped the fire out of Monument. Anytime Monument got a little bit close, that turnover was so quick, that jackal was immediate. And with just over 5 minutes to go here, wonderful to see Monument still having a full go at it.
Vincent Roberts, who's come on. The number 21 jersey for Monument was the jackler there. He did well just to stay on his feet and contest for that ball, just allowing Monnas to perhaps have a late try-scoring opportunity here. Mainers, who was very industrious in the first half, just hasn't had enough ball to be able to capitalize on some of his strong ball carrying.
Ball. Sack's good.
Happy with that is the referee.
Leave it, leave it, leave it.
Ball there caught just behind the gain line, over the top there, in the corner. He's good. And a late flurry there from the left winger. That weighted curling pass.
A beautiful pass there by Joubert, looked like. And he was able to send his wing up. Olsen away. They did well to just get width here from that disintegrated driving maul. Yeah, looks like it was, it was Milton. Winger comes center, and he puts away his fellow winger, and that's a good finish there in the corner. Both those wingers for Monument have been very industrious as well. They've defended well, especially when they've been under the pump, and any opportunities they've got, they've tried to run, and they're just being rewarded with a try was Olsen in the corner. Floodlights have just come on here. There's an attempt, and that's a great attempt there.
Not too shabby at all.
By Viljoen. And he's also been steady and a really great player, especially, you know, running that game from that 10 position for Monument. Justin Viljoen. Just under 4 minutes to go. Great hanging kick there by Paarl GIM.
Referee there sees himself out the way, so Monument can get onto the surge. But numbers here. Came across it, de Kock, just to slow down the momentum of Monument. All from the side there.
And the referee just penalizing Paarl GIM for coming from the side there, allowing Viljoen to just nudge the ball into that 22. That's a good kick. Will Monument finish off this game with a try? Those two locks of Arnold and Swart have been very good.
Miscue there, trying to transfer the ball whilst he's in the air.
Yeah, not the ideal play. Just keeping it simple might be the best option. Especially it's starting to become a bit dewy, that ball, especially as we transfer from the daytime to the evening, and that's what tends to happen. The ball just becomes a little bit slippery. So you've just got to be more careful with the handling skills.
Slow call, let's be patient. Boy! Sit!
Ball out really quickly there. Viljoen comes there, the left wing has now joined the fray. Milton works his way infield. Just slowing down that momentum there of Monument. Have another go here, still it's over a minute and a half.
Yeah, it has been a key play, hasn't it, in terms of Paarl GIM's defensive philosophy. You know, it's about let's make that ball slow, because if you make it quick, we're going to be caught on the back foot. So, and they've played it well, brilliantly, I must say. Yeah, we've seen about 6 of those sneaky plays, and absolutely none of them have worked so far the whole day.
Not on a single one.
Yeah,
across the various schools.
Go figure, yeah. But they've got to try, I guess. With less than a minute, and, the official table has, I think it's, we spoke about that lightning strike. I think there might be a warning. There could be a little bit of discussion here. And they don't want to hear anything about no siren or of any sort.
The first knock on is from Monnas, second knock on from Paarl GIM, so he goes scrum, okay.
So they'll see this game out here. Yeah, match official there, looking very nervously on to the heavens above.
Crouch! Boy!
Don't look to mind those supporters in the stands there that are not undercover.
Reset.
Yeah, well, we're starting to wonder, is that the final siren or the lightning siren? You're not quite sure, right?
Well, it is a 0-0 on the main clock, so
Yeah, it is time up.
Relax.
referee still would like to reset that scrum, however.
Crouch!
This will be
Boy!
the last action of the game. Really.
Waiting.
That'll be the end of it. A thoroughly entertaining game that we've seen here this afternoon. Paarl Gimnasium victorious over Hoërskool Monument. Thoroughly reserved, and congratulations there to the Insight Centre on his Man of the Match award. Jantjies, he worked hard, not just on attack but on defense as well.